final knock. I stood outside my own house, hands shaking, heart pounding so loud it felt like it was echoing in my skull. Inside, my wife was laughing. Not with me, not with our kids, with him. And in that moment, I didn't just lose my marriage. I decided I was going to take everything from her, the same way she took everything from me. I'm 27, a mechanic. Not glamorous, not rich, but I worked hard. 12-hour shifts, grease in my nails, back constantly aching. All for one reason, my family. My wife, she was 29, stay-at-home mom. 2 kids, a 6-year-old who loved drawing, and a 2-year-old who still ran to the door every time I came home. I thought I had everything. Not perfect, but real. And I trusted her, completely. It started small. Too small, honestly. Little things you'd normally ignore. She started hesitating when I asked simple questions. Hey, can you pack me lunch tomorrow? She'd pause, like she was calculating something. Yeah, sure. But it didn't feel normal. Then came the laundry. Way more than usual. At first, she blamed the kids. They keep making messes. But I noticed something weird. The kids' clothes were clean. Too clean. But the laundry kept piling up. Then her phone started ringing more. A lot more. And every time, she'd leave the room, close the door, whisper. 7 years together, and she had never done that before. Not once. And when I asked, she'd snap. Why are you acting so paranoid? Paranoid. That word stuck with me. Because deep down, I think I already knew. Then the neighbors started joking. At first, I laughed it off. One of them nudged me one weekend and said, "Man, you working a lot these days, huh?" "Yeah," I said. He smirked. "Yeah, we noticed." Something about the way he said it. It wasn't a joke. It was pity. And that's when the knot in my stomach started tightening. I didn't want to believe it. I kept telling myself, no, she wouldn't do that. She's a good mom. She's a good wife. But then my mind would whisper back, then why does it feel like she's hiding something? Every late shift, every unanswered call, it started eating at me. So one day, I made a decision. I told her, I'll be home late tonight, around 11. She nodded, didn't even question it, didn't even look up from her phone. That hurt more than anything, because she used to care. But that night, I got off early, around 8:30, and instead of pulling into the driveway, I parked down the street. My hands were sweating on the steering wheel, my chest tight. Something felt wrong, but I had to know. I walked around the back of the house, quiet, slow, like I was sneaking into someone else's life. I unlocked the door, stepped inside, and everything felt off. Too quiet, too still. Then I saw my 6-year-old, asleep on the couch, TV still glowing, blanket half falling off, abandoned. And that's when I heard it. Upstairs, the bed, creaking. In that moment, everything inside me snapped. My ears were ringing, my vision blurred, but I didn't hesitate. I ran upstairs and kicked the door open. There she was, my wife, in our bed, with another man. She froze, he froze, and for a second, time just stopped. Then I exploded. What the hell is wrong with you? The guy scrambled, grabbing his clothes. She started crying immediately, but not out of guilt, out of panic. I pointed at him. Get out, now. He didn't argue, didn't say a word, just ran. Coward. And then I looked at her, and I didn't recognize her anymore. She started yelling, "This is your fault." I blinked. What? You're never home. You left me alone all the time. That hit me like a punch. I worked myself to exhaustion for them, and she turned it into an excuse. I walked out. She followed me, crying, screaming. Neighbors started watching, and right there in the street, I said it. I want a divorce, and I'm taking the kids. She broke down completely, but I didn't stop, because something inside me had changed. If you've ever given everything to someone only for them to betray you like this, hit that like button, because what happens next isn't just revenge, it's justice. I drove straight to my friend's place, didn't even remember the drive. My hands were still shaking. My phone kept buzzing, her name over and over. I didn't answer, not once. That night, I didn't sleep. I just stared at the ceiling, replaying everything, every lie, every moment. And then something clicked. If she wanted to blame me, fine. I was going to show everyone the truth. First thing next morning, I called a lawyer, and what I found out changed everything. She had no job, no stable income, and if I proved infidelity, my chances of getting custody skyrocketed. That's when the plan became clear. I went back to the house when she wasn't there, checked her phone records, saved messages, photos, call logs, and what I found? This wasn't new. It had been going on for months. While I was working, she was bringing him into my home, around my kids. That hurt more than the cheating. She didn't just betray me, she disrespected our entire family. And that's when the anger turned into something colder, controlled, focused. I didn't yell, didn't argue. Instead, I let her talk. I let her lie. I let her tell everyone that I was never there, that I abandoned her. And then I dropped everything. Court day. She walked in confident, playing the victim, tears ready, story rehearsed. But then my lawyer spoke. Evidence, messages, dates, photos, everything. Her face drained of color. And then the biggest reveal. Proof that she had been bringing that man into the house while the kids were there. The judge didn't even hesitate. Primary custody granted to me. Outside the courtroom, she tried to talk to me, crying, begging. I made a mistake. I looked at her, and for the first time, I felt nothing. You didn't make a mistake, I said. You made a choice. Now, I'm still a mechanic, still working long hours. But when I come home, my kids run to me, and there's no lies, no whispers, no secrets, just peace. Sometimes revenge isn't about hurting someone. It's about letting the truth destroy them and trusting that karma does the rest. If this story hit you hard, drop a comment below. What would you have done? And if you want more real emotional revenge stories like this, hit subscribe because the next one might be even crazier.